公司啊，其实在每个行业里边，它都会有一些细分领域的这种业务，可能大家会喜欢一些爆发性强，然后业务操作起来又是壁垒的这种业务，因为大家希望都希望是在更短时间内获得更高的回报嘛，所以大家会按照刚才说的那个标准去进行项目选择，而且这样还是有一定的壁垒的，然后在这个符合这个条件之后呢，其实一般我们会选择一些自己相应喜欢的方向，然后呢再根据这个方向去找自己喜欢的团队。所以说在之前的那些宏观的，然后行业的，再到它的这个业态的这几个条件都对的时候，我们会选择相对最优秀的人，就是说如果他这事都做不成了，别人就别做就是选这样的人呢，只要符合那些东西，那些预期，然后也这也符合一个市场的这样一个需求，那么基本就投人了，选对人就可以去做这事儿。好的，基本是这样。好的。那我想问一下，一般情况下是公司来抢你们多一点，还是你们去抢公司多一点？
What's your work like?
Okay. My career as a financial advisor, I'm vice president at UBS International. My career as a financial advisor started almost 20 years ago. When I got into the industry, I always liked finance and economics. I went to Ohio State University, and I took my Series 7 life, health, variable annuity licenses for the state of Florida, and I got into the business, and I enjoyed it because I met a lot of different people. While I expanded on my career, I met, doctors, attorneys, dentists, business people, real estate people. So I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from everybody I met, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay, thank you. And what are you interested in investing right now? Anything related to technology or healthcare?
Well, investing right now, I have actually a client of mine that's from Argentina that I met him through another client of mine, and they are software developers in the healthcare field. And they just got picked up by a European company and for a licensing and distribution agreement in South America, and they just signed with Brazil to distribute the software, and I think it's very interesting. The software basically is taking an individual's medical needs and having it at the fingertips of the doctor, the nurse, the specialist, anybody that's working on an individual. So everybody's looking at the same thing at the same time, and the way they explain it to me, it helps them move along the medical process and each step, but without stepping over the first step, the second step, the third step. It's hard to explain because it's obviously not my field, but I thought it was very interesting, and they did patent this software, and now they're signing on with this big European company, so I'm excited for them. So I see that being the wave of the future as far as healthcare is concerned, is making it easier for doctors and patients to communicate. I think that's the future in healthcare, I think.
Okay, thank you. That's great. And would you be willing to share your experience at JHU Carey Business School?
Sure, of course.
How you get started with this industry? Like, why you choose it?
In real estate?
Yes.
I've always had this kind of architectural mind.
Yeah.
As a child, I built things and played with blocks rather than playing baseball that much, and so building and real estate have always fascinated me. And I grew up in a suburb in New Jersey that was right on the growth fringe of the New York metropolitan area as I was growing up, so I think that helped me get interested in real estate as well. So I actually went to college originally to study city planning, and I did a number of other things, but eventually wound up kind of in the real estate world.
Yeah. So, like, I thought you are also getting a degree from the law school, like.
Yeah, I got a law degree from Cornell.
Yeah.
And when I went to law school, because I was also a debater in college and in graduate school before going to law school, and I thought that I might be a litigator.
Okay.
But since I also studied a lot of diplomacy, I realized that transactional work was more natural to me. And so when I got out of law school, I wanted to practice in Boston, I looked at transactional real estate law firms essentially, and so I went to work for what many considered was the top real estate specialty law firm in Boston.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So like you said, you have a lot of experience in real estate, like for financing, and also have some experience in the investment part. So I was like wondering, like what is the sweet spot in this industry? Like how you can make an investment in the real estate?
How to choose the best investments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you feel is most confidently to choose like the investment?
One kind of basic thing here is that there's a discipline that isn't it's just not taught all that much at all in many ways, although it's kind of related to housing economics and real estate economics is economic geography. Real estate looks at the spatial aspects of the economy in a way that most people are looking at just the time, financial aspect of the economy. So in understanding economic geography and urban economics I think is a kind of and the people that really seem to be interested and good at this, they when you have long conversations with them,
yeah,
they all come back to this.
Okay.
So economic geography, urban economics, whatever you call it, it's a good general background for this because it gives you a sense of how different real estate activities that are in turn dependent upon the underlying economic activities, how they disperse themselves in space and where they're likely to work best.
Yeah.
So that kind of almost planning type knowledge is very helpful. And then demography, just knowing the nature of where the demand is